While Nigeria is gearing up for nationwide protests over the rising cost of living, and authorities are warning of the possibility of violent demonstrations of the kind that recently forced the Kenyan government to retract new taxes. Africa's most populous nation is grappling with high inflation and a sharply devalued naira after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu introduced economic reforms a year ago. Now, food inflation has soared up to 40% and fuel prices have tripled. The protest movement tagged END has also garnered support online as Nigerians struggled with these economic challenges. However, the level of support for the protest remains uncertain. The protest leaders, a coalition of civil society groups, are determined to proceed despite legal challenges, aiming to confine their activities to public parks. The coalition said last week that the protests must go on regardless of the threat and intimidation. In response, the Nigerian government on Wednesday outlined measures to alleviate economic hardship. It has promised raising minimum salary levels nationwide, distribution of grains and aid for the most vulnerable. The upcoming protests in Nigeria coincide with the recent crisis in Kenya, where President William Ruto had to repeal new taxes and reshuffle his cabinet after anti-government protests. Similarly, in Uganda, authorities arrested dozens earlier this month for participating in banned anti-corruption protests inspired by Kenya's rallies. Although no clashes as a result of protests have been reported so far, the crowd seems to have prepared for the occasion.
Men on the street, see our demand is being made. Hunger has brought me out. Insecurity has brought me out. Poor housing has brought me out. A lot of things that is going on in this country. We can't just keep quiet as a nation. I'm advising every one of us to come out and exercise our fundamental rights as a people.
Damning all last-minute plea from various government officials, security chiefs and traditional heads for aggrieved citizens to shelve the much-touted nationwide protest to end the bad governance in Nigeria, young and old persons alike are seen in their numbers on streets across the nation, bearing placards and chanting anti-government songs, expressing displeasure on the state of the nation. So far, it has been peaceful, as no tension has been reported yet. Some streets are deserted and businesses operating haphazardly for fear of the unknown. There are heavy presence of armed security men spotted in key areas in Lagos, Abuja, Bayelsa, and some parts of the north to forestall any attempt of breakdown of law and order. The president earlier asked police to secure protesters as designated areas were earmarked for their convergence. Eyes are on the situation to monitor the momentum and possible twists as the day go by. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olani, WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.